Hi, and thank you for meeting with me today. I appreciate having the opportunity to talk with you about Case's reading progress and how we can continue working together to support his literacy development. Case has been working really hard during his literacy intervention and is showing growth. One of the things I am especially encouraged by is his response to the additional word recognition instruction. His progress shows us that he is developing these skills when he receives targeted instruction and opportunities to practice. I want Case to recognize that progress and feel proud of the effort he is putting into becoming a stronger reader. When Case began intervention, his word recognition score was at the 30th percentile. Over the past 9 weeks, we have regularly monitored his progress. His scores increased from the 30th percentile to the 32nd, 34th, and eventually the 38th percentile by week 7 and 9. The most important thing to know is that we are seeing an overall upward trend. Case is making progress, but our goal is for him to reach the 50th percentile, so he continues to need additional support. His reading comprehension was also at the 32nd percentile, and his Lexile score was 160. Together, these results indicate that continuing to strengthen his foundational reading skills should also help him understand increasingly challenging text. Our intervention decisions are a team effort. I have collaborated with literacy specialists, the special education staff, paraprofessionals, and other professionals who work with him. Classroom teachers provide information about his everyday reading performance, while the literacy specialist helps analyze assessment data and plan targeted reading instruction. Special education professionals can provide additional expertise when persistent learning difficulties are present, and paraprofessionals can reinforce intervention strategies under the teacher's direction. We examine multiple sources of information rather than relying on one test when making decisions about Case's needs. We also consider whether a student's literacy difficulties could indicate a potential issue such as dyslexia. If Case demonstrates characteristics associated with dyslexia, we can work with the literacy specialist and other appropriate evaluation professionals to examine areas such as phonological awareness, decoding, spelling, fluency, and word recognition more closely. Intervention and screening data can help us recognize areas of concern, but these data alone do not diagnose dyslexia. After reviewing Case's progress as a team, our recommendation is to continue his current word recognition intervention because the data shows that it is producing growth. His next goal will be to increase his word recognition performance from the 38th percentile to at least the 50th percentile. We will continue using explicit phonics instruction, word building activities, decoding practice, high frequency word practice, and repeated reading. Effective literacy assessment should guide teachers in selecting instruction that directly addresses an individual student's identified needs. There are also some simple ways you can reinforce these skills at home. First, I recommend spending about 10 to 15 minutes reading together each day. Allow Case to read words he recognizes, encourage him to sound out familiar words, and praise his effort and improvement rather than focusing only on mistakes. A second strategy can incorporate technology. You could use an age-appropriate digital reading or an ebook platform that allows Case to listen to and read text while practicing sounds and words. I can help you identify digital activities that reinforce the same phonics patterns and word recognition skills we are practicing at school. This will help keep his home and school learning connected. I would also like to connect you with two community resources. The first is the Morgan County Public Library. The library provides access to children's books and digital resources and offers programming for school-age children. Using the library can give Case additional opportunities to choose books that interest him and make reading an enjoyable family activity. The second resource is Missouri Family Resources. and it is a free statewide resource provided through the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Families can use it to search for programs and community services available in their local area. If you would like assistance accessing either resources, I would be happy to help you find options that best support Case and your family. An important part of this process is also making sure Case recognizes his successes. At school, he will use a simple progress graph to track his scores and set small reading goals. We will celebrate his improvements through specific praise and opportunities to choose a favorite reading activity. At home, you can celebrate by allowing him to choose the family's read aloud book, keeping a chart of books he has completed, or simply pointing out how much his reading has improved. We want him to understand that progress and effort are worth celebrating. Finally, I will continue monitoring Case's word recognition progress weekly and will communicate with you regularly about his growth. Rather than waiting until another formal meeting, I want us to maintain ongoing communication about what is working at school and what you are noticing at home. Families are important members of the RTI process, and maintaining communication allows us to work together to make informed decisions about Case's instruction. Thank you again for partnering with us and for everything you are doing to support Case. We are seeing progress, and I am encouraged by the direction he is moving. Together, we will continue to help him build the skills and confidence he needs to become a successful reader.